Hello and welcome. My name is Teddy Asmari and I welcome you to the Exchange with Teddy. And of course, I'm never alone. I'm in the company of my midfield partner, Priest. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ted. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I've been fantastic, and I'm happy to be back.
Well, we are back today with a special guest, a midfield maestro. I mean, he's a man that makes it happen in the middle of the field. He's other than the former Jomo Cosmos midfielder and currently playing for JDR Stars. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome my guest today, Tebogo Alan Mabula. Good afternoon, Alan.
Good afternoon, my man.
How
Good
are you?
afternoon, bro. I'm
Good
good.
afternoon, bro. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you for having me on your show.
No, we thank you for gracing us with your precious time. You took it when you could have been doing anything else, but you decided to honor the call and be our guest today. We don't take that lightly. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, my brother. It's a pleasure.
How's life?
Life is okay, I guess. It's just been a rough couple of months, but other than that, hey man, we keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep moving forward.
Keep moving indeed. I mean, we're here to talk about football, amongst other things that will unveil on the show. But who is Tebogo? Where does he come from? And how does he begin his football life?
Tebogo was born in Limpopo province in a village called Bochum, Letaleng. I moved to Joburg when I was 11 years old. I attended Eastleigh Primary School. I did my high school at Eden Glen High School. So between that, I played for a club called Edenvale FC. That's where I actually started my football journey. But yeah, also like I was playing at home, back home, and then
In Limpopo.
yeah, in Limpopo. So I started playing football from a very young age. You know, I remember playing without soccer boots at one stage at home. Yeah, and then I moved to Joburg, and then I think that's when I started taking my football seriously. When I was at Edenvale FC, and then from there I moved to Highlands Park. I think under 17s. Yeah, I played under 17s at Highlands Park. Then I played under 19s. Then I played Castle at Highlands Park. Then I played the Vodacom League at Highlands Park. And then from there, I moved to a team called FC Alex, which was in Alexander. It was owned by Maimane Phiri. He's a football legend in South Africa. He was the coach alongside Caesar Mapalla. And then, yeah, from there I moved. I remember there was a Bloemfontein Celtic Academy. I don't know how that came about because we were training in Bishop Baven at the Bishop Baven School. But the team was in Bloem, but we had the academy in Joburg. And then after that, I moved back to Highlands Park. And then from Highlands Park, I went to the Jomo Cosmos Academy. I played what was then called MDC. And then the team got relegated because they were in the PSL. And then
Well, you were part of that MTC for Cosmos.
yeah, but I only played one game, and then which was the last game of the season. And then then I went back to Cosmos, and then I played NFD. NFD I played I think 3 years. Yeah, I was at Cosmos for 3 years, and then I left, and then I went to JDR Stars. I've been there for 2.5 years, so I'm approaching 3 years also at JDR Stars. And yeah, that's my football journey.
Amazing, amazing journey it is. But you know, as a young boy, who was Tebogo and how did he fall in love with the game? At what stage did you notice to say, you know what, if I take this serious, I can make a career out of this?
Actually, that foundation, right? The boy born in Limpopo,
Yeah.
right? And then you growing up in Limpopo.
With less
That-
opportunities, yeah.
Exactly. That breaking point where you decide, you know what, I've got love for football. I want to know that part because remember, you're still in rural areas in Limpopo.
To be honest, in Limpopo, I think we were just playing for fun, man. But back then, I didn't have that thing of I could actually make a career out of this. But I remember we used to play with my cousin, and then there was these other two guys down the road from us. Would literally bet, and it would be like a 2v2 thing from like 12 during the day, and then we'd finish at like 6 p.m. We were just playing
football
football,
non-stop.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
For
playing
fun.
football. But then it was just fun, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I moved to Joburg, also I think it was more of fun. I mean, in primary school, I had friends that came from Tembisa, you know, friends from Alex, and then because the football from back home to here, it's the two different things, you know. And then you're like, wow, actually, these guys are so much better. And
So
then
you mean in terms of talent,
yeah,
from the rural,
yeah.
there is no talent.
Not to say there's no talent, it's just that
The quality is
the
less.
quality is less.
compared
Maybe
to-
because in the urban areas you're exposed to your academies, you know. Unfortunately, back home you don't get such. And then then we played school football, and then from there I think the love for the game just
Kept growing
yeah,
up,
it just kept growing, and it just, and then I played a lot of six-a-side football also, and from there I just never looked back, you know. I remember even when I was in high school, I got scouted to play for Sundowns, but then like I was more focused on school, you know. I didn't have that thing of actually I could just
Make a
leave school
career out of
and
football.
play for Sundowns. You know, I was doing grade 11 also, and then I remember I'd go and train with the first team actually during school holidays. But for me, it was just like, wow, like this Tekomudise, this
You mean the
Katekompela.
Sundowns first
Yeah,
team?
like the
Is
first
it?
team,
So-
first team.
When you get that opportunity as a young boy, and because I'm talking at this point of view where it was just an ordinary thing for you, right? You didn't see yourself as someone who could make it as a footballer,
Sure,
rather.
sure.
So now you get an opportunity as a 15, 16-year-old to go and train with the first team of Mamelodi Sundowns. What does that do to your mind? Do you start preparing, or maybe do you start thinking, I'm closer now, I can actually play this game?
For me, to be honest, like I like to call myself a late bloomer, you know. Sometimes I wish that I knew of these academies when I was much younger, you know. I think I probably would have broken into the football scene earlier, you know.
Yeah.
But for me to get that opportunity, I was starstruck, man. I just saw it as fine.
So you're with Tico and you're admiring Tico.
Yeah, like
wow.
it didn't really hit me that, yo, you can actually make a career out of this. Like I was just happy to be
Among
training
the stars.
with, training with the first team Sundowns guys, and only, I don't know, it just took me a while, man. I was like, actually, I could have
And who was the
maybe
coach at Sundowns this time?
was it that Johan Niskins? But what they would do is they would so they had the reserve team also, and the reserve team would train like on the other side
Yeah.
of the where the first team trains. So the guys that were not playing, they would train down there, and then the first team guys would. So I was with the reserves, but I would get to see the guys that played regularly.
team guys, yeah.
And then once in a while they would make us all train together, you know. But yeah, for me it was just an experience. I didn't think I could make a career out of football then.
I like the part where you say late bloomer, Teddy, because there are a lot of guys out there who feel like probably maybe I'm too old, or probably my age is surpassed the age where you have to decide can actually make a career out of football, you know. So being at Sundowns, training with the first team Sundowns, was it the point where you started seeing light, you know, in terms of making football as a career?
Yeah, I'd say that. And also, let me just mention one thing. I think um, coming from the urban area or Koschizi, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
kinda also gave me that drive, because I remember when we were in Alex, like the guys from the hood would like, cheese boys don't know how to play soccer, you know,
Yeah.
you guys like cheese boy, man,
Everything
you know,
is easy.
yeah,
You don't know it
everything is
tough,
handed
yeah.
down to you, and you don't have to work hard. That somehow
Motivation.
was my drive to say, you know what, I just want to show you guys and everybody that just because I live in
Vales, yeah.
Edenvale and you stay in Alex, it doesn't mean what we are different, you know.
Exactly.
For me, it was just to prove those guys wrong and say, bruh, just because we know you from Alex and I'm from Edenvale, it doesn't mean that I don't know how to play soccer. So
Exactly.
that just motivated me so much until I got to where, you know, where I am today.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting because there's always this comparison of, you know,
Kasi
Kasi
boys.
boys, you know, they feel like we are better than the urban boys, you know, and there's this thing of course, you know, being from Kasi, there's this toughness that is built within you as compared to
The city life, yeah.
to the city life. But I like Alan because, you know, remember he's got a rural thing in him, you know, because from until
Limpopo, yeah.
from Limpopo, from 11 years old, which is a very good age actually to
Start your
journey into,
development into
exactly.
football. So now, you get to Sundowns, right? And you're exposed now to the football life. Who is that one coach who, I mean, sat down with you and he said, you know what, young man, if you pursue this, you can make it.
To be honest, at Sundowns, it was just, for me, like, it was more fun. Like, I'm here, like, let me have fun. The guy that was coaching us, his name was Coach Zippo. Dlangalala, if I'm not
This
mistaken.
was for the B team.
Yeah, this was for the reserves. And I think the turning point for me came when I was at the Bloemfontein Celtic Academy structure. Coach Rolani was actually our coach, the guy that's coaching Sundowns at the moment. So, yeah, like when he coached us, everything just changed. I started looking at football a different way. I started taking my football more seriously. You know, football wasn't just about having fun anymore for me. Like then it was more of I could actually make something out of football. You know, I think even though he wasn't with us for a long time, but for that short period that he was with us, I feel like we learned so much from him. And yeah, and I like to say, like, the guys that have been coached or that are currently being coached by him are very lucky, you know, to be coached by someone like that. He's a very good coach. He's a very good coach.
Oh, well, as Tebogo there gives praises to Rolani Mokoena, the current Mamelodi Sundowns coach, I want him just to hold it there as we want to take a quick short break, and we'll be back in conversation with him after this ad break.
It is now easier and faster than ever to partner with Love World Sat. To partner online using your bank card, simply visit the Love World Sat website page and click Partner Now to get started. Simply fill in the information on this page and the amount you're giving. After you click Pay Now, you will be required to verify the information you filled. You will now have an option to fill in your bank card details and finalize your payment. Thank you for your partnership. Love World Sat continues to connect the world to the word because of faithful and generous givers like you.
Hello and welcome back to the Exchange with Teddy. I'm in conversation with Tebogo Alan Mabula as he narrates his story from Limpopo into the city lives of Johannesburg. Debs, before we went to the break, you told us about your story, or your journey rather, of how it was for you as a young man trying to make it on the scene in Alexandra, where some will call you a cheese boy, you know,
Trying
because
to
of
prove himself.
yeah, because of where you come from, and you know, how much was it of a challenge or difficulty in dealing with that? I mean, being called a cheese boy in the townships.
You know what's funny is the guys in the township. I feel like they for them to just use the word cheese boy, they don't understand the impact it has on you. You know,
Exactly.
I mean, for me, to be honest, until this day, I despise the word cheese boy. Like, you can call me anything, man. Just don't call me a cheese boy,
So how
because
did you feel like
it
for you
was
to
hard.
get to that point whereby
Yeah,
you
like,
despise the word?
it was hard, man. It was hard because I mean, just because my English sounds better than yours, it doesn't mean we're different, you know. It, and like I said, until this day, I don't like that word cheese boy, you know. And I remember it was me and this other friend of mine called Odwa. We're still very good friends, you know, to this day. And I'd always tell him, "Hey, Baf, I don't like being called a cheese boy."
So do you feel like it was a word of discrimination in the group, or did they separate you? Let's say, you know
Yeah,
how
like,
football is when we're having,
yeah,
let's say, drills or teamwork,
yeah.
where they're separating you, say, no, Lentwana cheese boy, so let him do with the cheese
Yeah,
guys as well.
I feel like it got to that, you know, where the guys from Kokasi would want to be in the same team, and then
Which is
you,
boy.
yeah, and then the
There has
coaches
to
would
be,
just
yeah.
have to see how they incorporate you, you know, with the guys from the hood. So yeah, but anyways, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm just like, I'm glad I got over that stage. But yeah, like I say, don't call me a cheese boy.
It shows
I'm
that
not a
you
cheese
did
boy.
get over it. I mean,
Yeah.
after a short while, you then signed for Jomo. Your first
Yeah.
break in the first national division. How was the feeling for you?
With Prache, it was actually a very funny story. So there was a day when I was at Auckland Park. There was this guy, he just randomly came up to me. His name was Paul. Paul is from Uganda, actually. So he said to me, "My man, do you play soccer?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." Then he's like, "Take my number. I've got a team. I want you to come and play for them." So I'm like, "Hey, okay, no problem." So I took down his number. I called him. Then he's like, "On Monday we have a friendly game against Jomo." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." So we'd play against Cosmos, I think probably like 3 to 4 times a week, like just friendly games, friendly games.
Yeah, with the Centim.
Yeah, with Paul's team, and until eventually Braje was like, "No, go and train with the MDC team," and then yeah, that's how I actually got to play for Cosmos, um, because of Paul, I think, and then luckily Braje was there on the day. And then yeah, that's where the whole journey of me being at Cosmos started.
And this was the second encounter with Jomo, right? Jomo Cosmos.
No, that was the first.
The very first
Yeah,
time.
that was the
Okay.
first encounter. And then the second encounter, what happened is when the team got relegated, um, I don't know what happened. Like, they didn't call us back, so they had their team for NFD, and then I was at home, I think, for like 6 months, and then we went back and we played a friendly against Jomo,
With
and
Paul's
then
team.
yeah, with Paul's team again, and then Bamuzo Sono was there, and then Prache was also there, and then they were like, "So Where have you been? I'm like, no, I was at home. No one told me anything. And then they're like, okay, no, the team is gonna go to Durban for pre-season. We'd like you to come through. And then I was like, okay, no problem. And that same year, I remember telling my friend that, dude, I'm actually giving the soccer thing one more try. And if it doesn't work out, I'm actually just gonna go and find a job and I'll play soccer for fun. And then, yeah, when it happened, man, I was over the moon. I was excited.
This part is very important, Ted. You know why? Because he decided to give soccer one more chance, right? And having to know Debza, I've known him to be this guy who was always training, who was always hardworking. I mean, having to see someone working hard every single day, but if you see him working every day, you're just thinking, okay, what is this guy doing? You know what I'm saying? But with himself, he knew exactly where he was going.
Yeah.
I remember when he signed for Cosmos, when he started playing for the NFD, I was like, okay, so this hard
He
work
has
thing
made it there, yeah.
paid off. How did you keep this perseverance or this understanding of knowing exactly? Because I believed you. It's like you knew you were definitely going to get a team. The way you were training every single day, I could not see the light, but you could see the light, or probably you were just taking chances and then it paid off.
For me, I've always been a hard worker. You know, I believe in hard work. So, I just told myself that, man, whatever that you want to achieve in life, if you put in the work, you will achieve the dream. You know, and it's just, I, not to say unfortunate, but that I realized late that, you know, I had a talent. It's just that. Yeah, so like I said, I hoped I had discovered this at an earlier age, and you know, had the hunger and the passion from
Proper
so
channels, yeah.
yeah. So once I started, you know, like playing for Highlands Park and playing against like your Chiefs Academy, your Pirates, then that's when the drive was like, you know what, I actually and then from there, day one, I just like, you know what, I need to work hard for this. And even though people were like he says, they would see me at the Edenville Sports Ground. That's where we'd normally train.
Yeah.
Some people would think, hey, this guy is mad, because we train for long, man, like, and every
You know
single
the
day.
goal,
Yeah. So I knew where I wanted to be. I knew where I wanted to be, and I told myself that if I work hard, I will eventually, you know,
Make it.
yeah.
And now that you eventually did make it, when you're sitting with Bra J signing that first contract, professional contract, this is you, your name is there. What
Debza
comes
the
to your
professional.
mind? How's the feeling?
I was excited, man. I was over the moon. I don't wanna lie, you know. It was a it was a proud moment for me. Um, until today, you know, I'm still very grateful that I got the opportunity to play for Cosmos, and I'll always be grateful to Praje, you know, for giving me an opportunity to play for his club. Yeah, it was a proud moment for me. It was a proud moment for me.
You know, for most players that come to this show, right, there is one thing that I always like them to say to a young boy that is without hope in the rural areas.
Who doesn't even know that if I train, if I work hard, if I focus, is this thing going to take me somewhere?
Exactly.
How do you motivate that youngster?
And to be honest, let me just start by saying, if you have a dream, it's valid, you know. Dream hard, dream big, and put in the work. For me, like I said, I only woke up late, you know, but look at me and look where I am, and I feel like I'm not even where I want to be.
Yeah.
But to every single black kid out there that has a dream of playing football, just believe in yourself, work hard, focus and just know what you want, you know, even though there'll be challenges along the way, but if you know what it is that you want out of life, the world is your oyster, man. You just have to put in the work and chase that dream.
Wow, amazing. And now, let's move to your current team. After Jomo,
Sure, sure,
you
sure.
signed with JDR Stars,
Yeah.
another team in the First National Division. How did the move go about?
Um, to be honest, I didn't leave on a good note at Cosmos, you know.
Yeah.
A lot was happening at the time,
Yeah.
and then I just thought to myself, hey,
What was happening?
hey, there was just a lot. There was a lot.
Take us through, just a few.
I think some of the things that I don't want to, you know,
Okay.
discuss.
But maybe
But
just, browse through.
like the issue of salaries, man, you know. And that time it was COVID, and I was at home with my parents,
Yeah.
and then it's like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, nothing was all over.
Yeah, I mean, it,
Right.
it, it, it affected everyone, but yeah, I just thought,
So
nah.
did you terminate your contract on mutual consent?
Yeah, and then I just thought to myself, also I wanted growth, you know. I just felt like I mean, I was at Cosmos for 3 years.
Yeah.
I felt like I wasn't growing, and I felt like this move to JDR Stars, you know, would help me
Improve
grow,
as a
you know,
player,
as
yeah.
a player, and also just in life in general, you know. And yeah,
A different environment.
yeah,
How
and
hard was it for you to leave Brajay?
yeah, I mean, it was hard, but you know, it's
At the end of
football.
the day, you
Yeah, at
have
the end of
to
the
do
day,
what is right. Yeah.
yeah, it's football, and yeah, eventually I just made the decision to be like, hey, no, man, I'm good, I'm out, and yeah, and then I went and I signed for JDR Stars.
And that was life now then.
Um, the first season, to be honest, it was good. I played a lot of games,
Yeah.
and then the second, the last season, I wasn't happy with the number of games and minutes that I
Was
got.
it due to you not putting on the graft, or was it due to injuries? Why do you
Change
think
of
you didn't play?
coaches, maybe.
Uh, to be honest, like I'm a hard worker, you know, and I feel like as players, there's only so much that you can do, you know. I got to a point where I told myself that things that I mean, you can only control what you can,
Yeah.
and yeah, I never stopped working hard. Even now, I still work hard. It's just unfortunate that I wasn't getting the minutes, and it happens in soccer.
What do you think is the reason that? Was there something within the team? What was happening within the team?
I don't know, maybe that season I
Favoritism?
was just not in the coach's plans, or maybe
You didn't suit the,
yeah,
the
I just
system.
didn't suit the system, and yeah, I didn't really get to play
But did you
much.
get to a point where you thought, can I speak to the coach about this? Or did he speak to you? I mean, I believe he needs to come to you and say, you know what, young man, you're lacking in this and this area.
Yeah, yeah.
Did such a conversation occur?
Yeah, I think it did, if I may recall. I think it did. And yeah, maybe I just didn't pull up my socks, or maybe I
You were just not yet there.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you think favoritism does exist within
Yeah, of
coaches and
course,
players?
man. Of course. Everywhere. Probably even in corporate. So yeah.
So now that you're playing, do we call it favoritism, or it's just you applying?
No. Like, to be honest, I'm a hard worker. If you ask anybody that has coached me, for me, I feel like when I play on merit, not to say the coach favors me,
Yeah.
or anything. It's because of my hard work that I'm playing.
Okay. And now you're currently injured.
Yeah,
It's one of those which does not look good.
yeah. So I had an operation last week Friday. I tore my meniscus on both my knees, but on the left hand side it was bad, but the right hand side not so bad. So yeah, now I'm home just hoping to recover and get back to playing the second round of the season.
You know what? Just gonna take another quick ad break, and when we are back, we talk about Tebogo Mabula's injury in depth, and he will be telling us about his five-a-side for both male and female. Stay with us. We'll be back.
If you haven't subscribed to Alpha TV, what are you waiting for? Get all the TV and radio stations, watch movies you really want to see, and explore the video on demand feature for your favorite programs. Alpha TV is available on the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and Love World App Store. Prepare to be entertained and inspired like never before. Download the app, explore Alpha TV, and subscribe today.
Welcome back. We're still in conversation with Tebogo Alan Mabula as he narrates his story of how he got injured and how he's dealing with the injuries, which I said before we went to the break, does not look good. But I mean, he's a tough nut. He's a midfield after all. So I'm sure he'll be able to fight this battle that he's currently facing. Debza, what occurred? I mean, what happened?
So I think I've been having bad knee pain, for a very long time. So I took a decision to just go and check what the problem was, and then that's when I found out that I'm actually playing with a torn meniscus. And I just decided that, if I'm to give my best on the field, I need to be 100%. And that's why I went and got the op.
Okay, and how's it going at the moment?
I mean, it hasn't even been a week, so so I think, so far so good. I mean, it was successful. So now I think I must just wait for the swelling to go down, and then I'll start with the rehab, and
So
then
I'm
we'll
getting
take it.
Do you know
all
what's a
the
meniscus?
menisculus. You know this terminology.
That's-
I know your
that's
ligaments, your
deep.
tendons, your fibulas, and
I
all
didn't
that.
know my knees
Your
were
groins.
so much stuff in there.
You know. I mean, have you received enough support from the club on this injury?
Yeah, I mean, I told them what was going on, and and why I needed to have this surgery done, and so
No,
they
man,
gave
we-
me
we
the
wish
go
you-
ahead.
We wish you all the best and a speedy recovery, because we want to see you back in the field battling it when the break resumes.
Okay, off camera, the man mentioned that he was actually playing with
injury.
with the injury. To a lot of players who actually don't understand, there are a lot of people who actually have to hide the pains they're feeling inside just to prove to the coaches, or try to keep that jersey. At what point did you have to make that decision to say, you know what, I'm done playing with the injuries, let me just do the right thing?
Yeah, like I said, man, it's been a long time coming, because this happened, I think, was it Feb or March.
This year?
Yeah, so I passed the ball, and then I just felt like a click in my knee, and then I just took it lightly, and then I've just been continuing to play, and eventually I was like, nah.
I cannot.
And you've been
carry-
using something to
Yeah,
probably ease
like
the pain.
painkillers every day though. You
Every
have
day.
to pop painkiller. I mean, I used to play with a knee guard also, so I just told myself,
So did this also affect your performance levels?
yeah, I think that's the one of the biggest things that made me actually say, you know what, I think I need to get this surgery done, because I felt like I wasn't myself anymore.
Yeah.
I was just forcing, and I know that I'm not 100%, and there's not really much you can do as a
Yeah.
player if you're not
And,
100%.
sorry to talk about this, but you're currently recovering from an injury.
Sure.
And a few months back, we had the sad news that you lost one of your closest friends in your partner. how are you dealing with the pain, the grief, and also, I mean, you are injured.
Yeah, like this. To be honest, I think 2022 has been a lot, man. A lot happened, um, and I'm just grateful that I still have both my parents,
Yeah.
my friends that I have. You know, my extended family. I think they've helped me. You know, through so much, and yeah, they've been there for me, you know, through and through, and that's how I've actually just been dealing with everything because of the support structure that I have. Yeah, my friends, my family. I'm grateful for those people, man.
You know, I feel your pain as you narrate that story, but hey, man, stay strong. You know,
Yeah,
stay strong. You know, you can never keep a good man down.
that's true.
You will be fine.
That's true.
We go to his favorite part of the show.
This is the best part of my show now.
All right.
We want to understand, probably maybe one of the days you're going to become a coach. Hopefully, before we go in there, what is it that you want to do after soccer?
I want to be a businessman. There's actually a few things that yeah, that are in line. I don't know about being a coach. I haven't really thought about it that far. But if I'm lucky enough to still be in football, then hey,
Why not?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
All right, so this is the beautiful part which we would like to understand. Do you watch women's soccer in South Africa or in Africa as well, or in the world?
I don't wanna lie. I watch Banyana.
You watch
I know
Banyana.
there's a women's league in South Africa, the professional, what, the Hollywoods?
It's not yet professional, by the
Yes.
way. So
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, but to be honest, nah, I don't. But I watch Banyana. I mean, I
You watch
watched,
Banyana?
yeah, I watched when they won the
100%.
AFCON.
as long as you know,
100%.
acquainted
Yeah.
to the female games.
Yeah, I watch.
It's okay.
I watch.
Yeah, so we want you to give us your best five-a-side women's team. Your winning five-a-side women's team.
And it's coach.
And the coach and the captain.
Yo, okay. There's
So we start in goals, right?
Yeah,
In
starting
goals.
goals.
Jeez.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but
I have to name the players.
it's a 5-a-side. Give us your
Just give us
5-a-side.
5.
Winning team.
And the coach and the captain.
Okay.
I'm sure you know a few beautiful nyana.
The goalkeeper would have to be the Banyana goalkeeper. I don't know her
Okay,
name.
that's Amanda Dlamini.
I don't know her name. Then there's
Amazing goalkeeper. Also plays for Sundowns.
yeah, there's Talia Smith.
Charlie
She
Smith.
plays for Sundowns.
Okay.
So she's part of your five-a-side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I would choose Robin Moodley.
Woodley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there's a Jermaine
Supose.
Super Singh. That's 4, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And then I'll get Janine van Veek.
It's like you just named the
The guys
Banyana.
that are around you.
Yeah,
As
they're
well.
like I
Nothing
said,
from
I-
UWC or you know
I don't
TUT.
know. I don't know.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay,
So who
fine.
can
At-
captain
at
that team?
least,
I'd give it to Janine van Veek.
Van Veek.
Yeah, the
Why?
armband. Because she looks like she's a great leader, and yeah, I think the girls would listen to her.
A leader, it is from coach. Oh yeah, the coach. We forgot the coach.
Coach Posha Modise.
Oh,
This is
wait,
interesting.
what?
This is interesting. Why
But Portia is not a coach yet.
Yeah, but I think she's working towards getting
Okay.
coaching badges.
All right.
Yeah, I think she was a great player.
Yeah.
She was a really good player, and I
And-
think
And you think she understands football
yeah,
better?
she understands football.
And what do you think
Especially
of the
South
state
African
of
football.
this, the local league among the ladies? What do you think still needs to be improved?
I think if they could get a few more sponsors, I think then the league would be in a much better, and just the development of of women's football, you know. I think then it'll also get better, because at the end of the day, you know, to have a good league, you need to have
Sponsors.
quality players and sponsors also.
Sponsors, well.
I mean, you don't want people to play football for free.
that's
People
true.
want to
That's-
get paid now.
That's not the goal.
Yeah, people have bills to pay, so
Yes.
yeah.
Right, we're running out of time, so we're gonna just dive into our five-a-side main team. This should be easy.
Yeah.
Five-a-side main team, the coach and the captain as well.
I mean, you can also put yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me as my notes, man.
Well, why not?
Okay, in goals, I'd have Itimile Mkhune.
Okay.
No. Okay, so with the guys, I want to challenge you because you watch the guys. So if you say Itu, right, I'm going to ask you
Yeah.
why.
Sure.
Because there is, what's his name? Peterson,
There's Peterson.
who is currently deputizing
Ronwen
because
Williams.
Kune is injured, right?
Sure.
So if it were not for the injury, maybe Kune will be playing. But I mean, at the moment, I would say, why are you picking Kune when there are a pool of
There's
great
Williams, there's
Williams,
Onyango,
Fuma,
there's
Motwa.
Mponchane.
I think, to be honest, Kune on his day is the best, and I think he's probably the best goalkeeper that South Africa has ever produced. He's consistent. It's just unfortunate that there's injuries in football, but let's be honest, we all know that Itumele Mkhune is Mzansi's
Distribution
number
101.
one. Besides
Undisputed.
the distribution, I think
Yeah.
he's a good keeper. He's a good
I love
goalkeeper.
Itu. I mean,
Yeah.
Itu is the best.
Right, next to the next player, which is the defense.
Defense. The defense, I'd go for Sailor Mudau from Mamelodi
From
Sundowns,
Sundowns, yes.
the right back.
Right back.
I think he's a good player. You know, coming from Black Leopards,
Yeah.
making it at such a big team. You know, I mean, you come in there as a nobody and you stand in your ground. You playing week in, week out. It shows a quality
Yeah,
of player
I mean,
that
also
you
coming
are.
to such a team where
Yeah.
competition is stiff
Yeah.
and I mean, you get minimum game time.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of good players coming and not making it.
Yeah.
And
But
he's
he
one
came
of the
and-
guys. He's one of the guys as well that are coming from deep rural areas in Limpopo as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Having it to make it big in the city lights, it's a huge achievement. Yeah.
So we've got Mudau. Kudos to Mudau for making it to Debs' five-a-side.
Then in the midfield, I'd have Teko Modise if he could come out of retirement.
General.
Yeah, I think
I mean-
he's.
Debs, wait. I think he's retired.
Yeah, but I mean, it's five-a-side. He
It's
can still
five-a-side,
play.
you can still play. yeah.
I mean, we
Only
want
his
the
quality.
current. Let's give the current.
Didn't you understand the main? There's no one who's better than Teko Modise now. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
The general.
Yeah. That's what, 3.
I don't have to
That's
ask
three.
why, because it's
Okay.
Tiko, yeah.
Then I'd put myself.
Okay.
In the midfield.
Yeah. Then what? We're gonna need a striker.
Yes.
Then I'd put Tembazwane. Yeah.
Nah, I need a why.
For me, I feel like that guy's been consistent ever since he's
Yeah,
broken
true.
into the PSL. You know, like you go and look at his stats. You
Amazing.
watch how he plays. He's such a great. He's
He's
a good
reference
player.
for many players.
Yeah, he's a really good player, and it looks like he's a down-to-earth type of guy, a very humble, and he just goes about his business and he plays football. And I think we can all learn a lot from Shishi. You know, just being consistent. You know, I mean, you can't have one good season this season, then next season you disappear. I mean, I think he's just
Proving to
yeah had so many good
That good
seasons.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. So if you have to motivate South Africa as a
Before-
country,
Coach
we are the
captain.
coach.
Yeah.
and
Oh, the
captain.
coach. Either I'd get. Okay, it's fine. I'll just get Coach Pito Musimane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it because you used to come play with you Into?
Yeah.
And the captain.
The captain. Teko Modise would be the captain.
Modise, the captain.
Okay.
Well, last words for South Africa. People want to know Alan, any advice from Alan?
First of all, thank you guys for this opportunity. You know, I don't think a lot of people know who I am. And also, I just feel like, yes, I am professional, but I'm not where I want to be. You know, my dream is to play in the PSL, and I hope I can overcome all these injuries, and God grants me the opportunity to, you know, to play in the PSL one day. And yeah, once again, thank you guys, you know, for this opportunity also. I hope that this can somehow motivate someone
Of course,
out there.
that's the goal.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Debza, for joining us.
no
It was
problem.
a minute. I mean, the conversation was beautiful.
No
I hope you
stress.
come back again, you know, for part 2.
No
And
stress.
you know, in this case, you will be playing in the PSL, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Limit. What do they say? Sky's the limit, right?
Yeah,
course.
the sky's the limit.
All right. Priest.
Right, thank you so much, Alan. It's been a beautiful day.
And I want to thank you. I mean, I want to thank you for being part of the show and making it easy. I mean, for me and you know, for our guests. It's amazing with you.
I'm happy to be here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the exchange. We'll be back again next week with yet another episode. Bye bye from us.